Hi, my name is Dana McMonigal. I'm 29. My hometown is Ambler, Pennsylvania. However, I did grow up in the Philadelphia area. I have no intention of ever leaving Ambler. I love it here. My major is in social sciences and with a concentration in psychology. My intention is to transfer to Temple and hopefully get into their neuroscience degree program. So I'll be in school for another 12 years. The object that I chose to use to explain a little bit about myself is from a collection of a growing collection of preserved and taxidermied insects and animals that my fiance and I both have. We collect these items and we use them to pull references for a lot of our artwork, as we're both artists. However, the moth, which is what I have here, actually symbolizes something a little bit more special for both of us. I feel that the moth has always been my spirit animal, and, or as the Native Americans would say, my totem animal. Some of the Native American shamans believed that the moth symbolized faith and intuition, and the reason for that is because just as the moth flies through the darkness, always in search of the light, and it has the will to fly into the flame without any fear. And so that's supposed to symbolize, just a leap of faith and just knowing that they'll be able to find the light in darkness. And I really relate to that. I feel like for me in my life, I've been through a lot, and what I've learned about myself is that I am always seeking enlightenment and never letting my fear get the best of me. So that's something I pride myself on, and I feel like the moth is a perfect symbol for that. I also believe that the moth is my spiritual guide. There have been many times where I have found myself struggling. I get stuck in my head about something, or I'm faced with a life struggle and I don't know what to do. And there's been many occasions where, I'm deep in thought and suddenly a moth appears, and I always know that that's a sign that, that if I just have faith that things will work out. So the moth always comes to tell me that the universe will provide no matter what, and I don't have to worry. And so that gives me strength. So before I conclude, I'll give you a little fun story about the moth and why it is also something special for my fiance and I. On our first date, we were walking through the Wissahickon Park. We were walking along the Wissahickon Creek in the trails, and after, I think we got lost in the park for about an hour, and it was getting dark, and our phones were both dead, and we were lost. And this moth landed on my finger, and it kind of spread its wings around my finger, and we both looked at it, and at the same time we said, wow, that would be a really cool ring, or like a really cool tattoo, and it was kind of cool. And I didn't think anything of it, like it didn't really mean anything to me at the time, but throughout our relationship we have seen, we have noticed that the appearance of the moth always comes at really convenient times, and we can't just chalk it up to coincidence. So we both adopted the moth as both of our spirit animals, or spirit creature. So the story gets a little bit better. 2 years into our relationship, we were having a heated discussion on my porch. We had some decisions to make, and we weren't sure what it was going to mean for our relationship. And there were some pretty difficult decisions. And during a moment of really awkward silence, a very large moth landed on the table between us, and that was kind of our answer. And we knew that we just needed to take a leap of faith. Fast forward a couple months later, he proposed to me. So, I think it's safe to say that the moth has been and forever will be a symbol of love and faith for both of us. So that's all I have. Thank you.